Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. Rob Culpa here. I'm super excited about this one. This is a fun video for me to be able to do. So about a couple of weeks ago, I'd say like right before Christmas time, I was reached out to from a couple of students out of McGuanago High School. So shout out McGuanago High School. Thank you so much for asking me to do this. And just asking, they had a health, senior health class that they're doing, and they had to pick like professions in health and wellness. And one of the professions that they picked, or the profession they picked, was nutrition coaching, personal training. And so they asked if they could ask me some questions about coaching, about what we do, that kind of stuff. And I thought that they were really good questions. I actually have them right here. I figured that they would be really worthwhile for me to share. So if you guys are hopping on here, let me know if you've ever worked with me or if I've ever been able to coach or train with you. I'm super excited about it. Drop some comments below, tag some friends that you think may be interested. I really appreciate it. And if you have questions about nutrition coaching or personal training, give me a shout and let me know. Drop them in the comments below. But the questions we have here, of course, blank on me. The first question that they asked was, what made you decide on a career in nutrition? And if you guys know my background, that's where I started, with nutrition. My first certification was nutrition coaching certification. Got that done before I even ended up selling the video store. But my background is really that I went to school for theater design, and I enjoyed theater design, and I did dance minor. But it wasn't really where my passion lied. I didn't feel passionate nearly about it as much as I should. But afterwards, I became an entrepreneur and I started small businesses. And I had a small video store for a while. And being busy and not being able to focus on your health and your nutrition when you're an entrepreneur, especially. But I can imagine as parents of multiple kids, because we do have one kid, and I can see the similarities in it. And being busy, but also just anytime everybody is busy, especially right now in the world, everybody's very busy. And so I saw the challenges to try and have a healthy diet, healthy nutrition, it was very difficult to do when you're so busy, without having a plan, without having focus, without having support. And so I ended up getting support. I ended up finding support in support groups, working with coaches, working with trainers, things like that. Excuse me, frog in my throat. To be able to make changes in my own life, to lose over 100 pounds, and really just revamp the way that me and my wife live and how we eat, and just everything about our lifestyle. And so I've seen the benefit of what it did for me. I have the passion to be able to bring that peace to other people, because you truly do find a level of peace in your life. You find confidence in your life when you are eating well and you're getting the right things into your body, and when you're exercising well and you're doing the right things for your body. And so that's really what got me into a career in nutrition and personal training, is because I have dealt with it all. I know the challenges, I know the difficulties that are involved in it, and I wanted to be able to help other people. I still get coached to this day. We still deal with the challenges to this day, but by me being able to help other people, I feel like I'm really fulfilling my purpose. And that's kind of the cool part about it. I believe that God put me here to be able to help other people the way that I was helped when I was young. I literally say, I am here to be the person I needed when I was younger, and being in nutrition and personal training, that allows me to be able to be that person. What kinds of diet tracking methods would you use with your clients? So me personally, I prefer very more loose methods. I don't think that with the average person, now obviously every client is going to be very different. And so let me just put this caveat right out there. There's no one perfect thing for every single person. There is a perfect thing for one person if you can find that perfect thing, that perfect way to be able to eat, that perfect way to get exercise, things like that. Some people have different preferences, but there's not one perfect thing that works for everyone. But I prefer to use tracking methods of hand portioning. As a precision nutrition certified nutrition coach, that's what we're taught in it. I think that it's a little bit easier than having a scale and measuring out weights and or counting calories and things like that. And so when we work together, when I work with the client, we work on hand portioning, and you can be able to tell the right amount of portion sizes that you need for each meal depending on different parts of your hand. And so I'm not going to get all into that, but if that's something that you want to learn more about, let me know. It's a great way to be able to track your food and at least have an idea of what you're eating. Remember, not necessarily is it exactly the things that you're eating, it's the consistency of how you're eating things, if that makes sense to everyone. So portion and diet tracking, that's what I would do. I use apps. I like to use Precision Nutrition's Pro Coach app. We have a trainer size app. Depending on the client, once again, we very that's the big thing that's so different than what's out there. You can go and get somebody to just give you a diet. You can go on YouTube and just watch exercise videos, but are they personalized for you? Are they specific for you? And that's the big difference. And so we'll do different things for different people and be able to use that. And honestly, most of the time, you're not going to have the right thing right away. We're going to work together, and it's going to be very fluid. And that's the beauty of it too. So some things work better for some people. Some people don't like some things. Some people like to write everything down. Some people don't want to write anything down. So it's finding that difference there that really helps. In what situations could dietary supplements pose a health risk? When you only use the dietary supplements. I mean, that's exactly what it is. There are supplements, and I mean, it's very specific. Make sure you get with a dietitian. Make sure you get with somebody who can really break these supplements down for you and help you understand what they're doing for your body. A lot of dietary supplements are not needed. A lot of people over supplement. Your general multivitamins, probiotics, those are helpful, but a lot of people will go out and they'll buy a bunch of a certain type of supplement thinking that they need that for something specific and without actually knowing why they even need it or how it's benefiting them. And so there are certain supplements, out there that are dangerous if overused, so there are times where it can be very dangerous. Once again, working directly with a nutrition coach and a personal trainer, somebody with experience, somebody who can help you understand what it is you're taking and why you're taking it. What it is, some people may need a supplement, but remember, dietary supplements, you all, is exactly that. It supplements something you're not getting in your regular diet. And so depending on where you live, your access to certain foods and things like that, different people's supplementation needs are very different. And so making sure you're working with somebody you're going to trust, checking and verifying supplements that you're finding or that you're buying and making sure that they have the correct ingredients and no fillers and no junk in them. It's very key because those are the things that could pose a health. My role as a nutrition coach. Well, kind of broke some of that down. My role as a nutrition coach, and what nutrition coaches do is they take your diet and they help you do it. And so a lot of people have this misconception that a nutrition coach is going to give you a diet or make you eat a certain way or something. But a lot of times a good nutrition coach is going to take what you like and be able to help you eat better, healthier, and more for your lifestyle and for your goals. Certain people have certain goals. Some people have very specific goals. So they're going to have very specific diets that they're going to have to focus on. Some people have less specific goals. They just want to feel better. Okay, well, we got to find what things are going to help you feel better. And so that's what a nutrition coach does. A lot of times I work with people who either want to stick to a certain diet that they decided was something they want to do, and we'll work on if that is a good idea for them, for what their lifestyle is, and the pros and cons of it. Some people come to me with a certain diet that they have from their doctor or a dietitian or something, and that they just need accountability and support and coaching to be able to stick to that diet. A lot of people, I think, need that. I personally love having a nutrition coach. I think everybody should, even coaches should have coaches, because you can always slip up. You can always find ways to be able to get away from where you want to be. And coaching is really one of those aspects where it's easy to pretend like you don't need it because you are a coach, but a lot of times you still need a coach too. So as a nutrition coach, that's what we do, is we kind of just take what you need and we help you do it, and which is a lot of fun. As a personal trainer, same sort of thing, but physically, more on movement aspect, and helping you be able to be functionally fit, helping you be able to move better, feel better, get in and out of bed better, that kind of stuff. What challenges do you face on an everyday basis? A lot of times the challenge is just helping people stay consistent, helping people be consistent, helping people believe in themselves, and a lot of times that comes down to more coaching and less what you're having them do, and more about listening to them and finding out why it is they may not want to do something consistently or regularly. How often do you speak with high school aged students? I'd love to speak with them more. So if you are a teacher, administrator, if you're a student, you'd like to have me come out, I'll gladly come out and speak to any high school age students about my past. Not only am I a nutrition coach and personal trainer, I have all sorts of past that I have overcome and challenges that I've dealt with that I think a lot of other high school students would be able to relate to and be able to see some benefit in my life now, and see that there is a place to go and you're not stuck in where you feel you might be stuck in. So I'd love to speak to high school students all the time. I don't necessarily get to as much, but this transformation is still relatively new for me. I've been only doing this for a couple of years, and so the more I continue to learn to share my story, the more I would love to share it with more people. Are there any issues specific to high school students? I think one of the biggest specific things is probably some of that dietary stuff, nutrition, making sure that you're eating a balanced diet. In high school, especially when you got your homework, you have sports, you have other clubs, you're trying to hang out with friends and have a social life. A lot of times your eating habits will go to the wayside and you end up eating whatever you want. And I think it's very important, especially as high school students, to pay attention to what it is you're putting in your body and understand that you may not notice a big difference now, but that stuff that you put into your body will build up and it'll affect you in the long term. So really the biggest thing for high school students, I think, is to focus on what it is that you're eating and making sure you're finding balance in it. I'm not saying you can't have Chick-fil-A. I'm not saying you can't have Mickey D's or whatever. I'm just saying you can't have it every day, because that stuff's not good for you. And it's not because it's fast food or evil or blah, blah, blah. It's because, you guys, that's processed. That is overly processed. The nutrient levels in that food, a chicken nugget versus an actual chicken breast, are extremely different nutritional content. And so just because you're eating doesn't mean you're actually fueling your body. And you have to make sure you're fueling your body, because your body is constantly growing. You're constantly developing, especially in high school. And so making sure you're fueling your body with stuff that can help you develop correctly is so very important. What would I say is the biggest health issue among clients? I'd say, the veering towards obesity. And I was there, and sometimes depending on where my scale says, sometimes I even still branch on that, because I don't have that slim figure that some people have, and I think that people will be afraid to ask for help when they start to get bigger. And I think that that's the biggest fear that I have for people, is that they get complacent with their unhealthiness. They get complacent with their lack of peace in their life. Hey, Lissa, how's it going? Thanks for popping on. Let me know if you have any questions about what personal training or nutrition coaching is about. But I think that that's probably, honestly, I'd say like obesity, because that's going to lead to a lot of heart issues and a lot of physical issues too. When your body has more weight than it's designed to have, when the frame has more weight than it's designed to have, you're going to cause a lot of issues, these compensations, these problems, and then those get worse and worse, and they kind of snowball on you. And so getting complacent, just being okay with not being okay, is probably the biggest issue with most clients that I see. And getting them to be aware of that is one of the biggest breakthroughs. And so making sure that you aren't just being okay with not being okay. How does mental and physical health coincide? They are 100% within each other. They are literally the yin and yang to each other. Like you can't have one without the other. You could have the perfect diet for you, the perfect exercise plan, but if your head isn't there, you won't do it consistently. You won't believe in it. You won't have faith in yourself. And I'm not talking about a Christian or a Catholic or a specific denomination of faith. I'm talking about faith in yourself that you can get through the challenges. And you need to have that mental toughness to be able to do that. And so working with a trainer or a coach is going to be able to help you develop the muscle up here, that mental muscle, to be able to make it so you can do the things that are required to have the physical aspect of it as well too. The mental thing is going to be the thing that'll keep you from getting McDonald's when you know that you have a salad pre-made at home, but McDonald's is on the way home. That's the thing that's really lost in so many people's programs, is that they come up with a good diet, they come up with a good exercise routine, but they are not fit mentally. And we work together for both of those aspects. I look and work with the whole person. So your body, your mind, your spirit, like these are all very important things that need to be looked at as a whole when you're creating programming for people, when you're coaching people, and when you're training. All right, last one. Do you work with a lot of clients that come to see you because of mental health concerns? I think that a lot of people do without realizing it. I think that a lot of people look at nutrition coaching and personal training, and because they have mental health concerns, they've tried things and they're just not able to get past that hump. And that hump typically is that mental conditioning that they need. So I think that is something that happens more than is notified. I really, really enjoyed that question. I think that's a very important question. I love that you guys in this high school class are looking at the correlation between mental health and physical health, because they literally do go 100% together. So thank you guys for joining me on this. I really appreciate it. Like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments, either on YouTube or on Facebook here. Any questions you have specific about yourself or your routine, your diet, your exercise, feel free to message me. You can message me on Facebook. You can message me on any multitude of things. Check my link in my bio, my link tree. There's tons of different ways to get in contact with me. So I'd love to see you. And if you are in the Delavan area, every Thursday this month, swing on by. I'll be here at Fit and Faith Fitness from 3 to 5:30 for open house, free consultations, diagnostic. Let's just chat. Let's just see how I can help you out. You'd be surprised what a little bit of coaching and training can do for you. So thanks you guys for asking these questions. I really do appreciate it. And thanks everyone for watching. Hope you have a good rest of your day. See you later.